Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We're doing another segment of this. Oh, okay, there it is. I expected that too. Damn it.
Episode 2, baby!
Episode 2! Woo, we're back with the podcast.
Well, wasn't the last one technically episode 0, so this is episode 1?
Technically, but
episode 2. Woo,
yeah. Alright. Oh god, I forgot to mute my own stream. Alright, you're gonna hear some echo for a while. Alright. Anyways, so I'm back with the host, Shadowforce76, here joined with Foss, our special guest, TJ, and our lovely little quiet friend, J-Fan. So, you guys want to go ahead and do your own introductions this time?
Who wants? Should I start?
I guess, yeah. Let's start with our guest, dude, our special guest. So, you're the only one who hasn't done, favorite animes and stuff. So, as per tradition, just go ahead with that.
All right. Hello, stream. My name is TJ, but my actual thing is Murakumo. It's my handle in Dark Souls and my handle in League of Legends.
Wait, that's a lie.
Well, it's pretty close.
Underrated boy. Anyway.
For my anime, I have a lot of favorite anime. I think
Pick 3.
Rurouni Kenshin, Sekirei, and Trigun. Yeah, Trigun's freaking oof. That's some good stuff right there.
All right.
Also, favorite video game, Dark Souls 1.
Fair enough. All right. Yep. There you go. All right. We're about. But what?
But not when?
But not Gwent. No.
No, not Gwent. All right. So, and then we got our boys J-Fan and Foss back joining us again. The usuals. Actually, TJ might become a usual too, depending on how this goes this week. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
May not be a special guest for long there, TJ. I can call you Tej from now on. All right.
Oh, we're just going into it, but it's
Yep.
like
Yeah.
per usual. I did a little slight change from last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess. May have noticed it's my waifu from Shokugeki, and that brings us to the interesting thing with Shokugeki season 3 airing right now, and leads into currently airing anime right now. So, what have you guys have been, or at least something you've heard good things about this season?
Ooh.
Oh
See,
God.
Yeah, see, I none of the anime airing this season really caught my interest. So I haven't actually been following any of the recent anime. Besides, I guess, does Boku no Hero count?
It's not technically recent.
It's not airing. It's not like airing.
Yeah, it's not airing anymore.
It's
So
airing last season.
Yeah.
yeah, it's last.
I heard
Oh,
good
you're
things
right.
about Mahotsukai no Yome.
Oh god, I haven't
Dude,
been
I
watching
actually
much.
don't know any of the anime this season.
I know, neither do I.
have
Oh
not-
shit.
I have not been following anything other than like 3 animes.
Yeah, same. All right, Google time, boys. Recent anime.
Yeah, you just go to the list. But yeah,
All right.
it's like Okay, I guess I'll just take this time.
Oh, I read some of the manga for that one. Hinasodic. Okay, J-Fan, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just start with me if you guys haven't done anything. I'm watching Blood and S. I will start Ancient Magus right eventually. Shokugeki season 3 and Kill Me Now Umaru season 2.
Okay, what is Blendes? I've heard a lot about Blendes.
It's so this girl, she's like trying to be super nice and stuff, but she's got this really bad look in her eyes that makes everyone super scared of her.
Oh.
And so she's like super obsessed with like going to like school in a foreign country because of reasons.
I see.
And so she's trying to make money to go to school because she doesn't want to impose on her parents. And then so she goes and she finds a job, and then that job actually it capitalizes on her nasty glare. And this cafe has like different characters of it, so it's like she plays like the sadistic role.
Oh.
And then there's like there's a tsundere, there's a little sister, and then there's an older sister and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's
The
just
way
like
you
a
said
little-
cafe reminded
it's a
me
ca-
of it reminded me of Kimi no Nawa, and she's like, cafe.
Oh yeah.
Cafe?
Must take picture of food.
Wait, have you watched Kimi ni Todoke?
No.
From Me to You?
I've
'Cause
watched
it
it.
sounds very similar to that.
Oh,
It
from
sounds very
Blood S.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just the Blend S thing. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
It's like a little cutesy thing that you can just watch. It's just
I'm
like,
gonna just say now. I looked through all the fall anime. I have not heard of like 90% of these. I've heard of some of these, but I've not like looked into any of these actually. Oh shit.
I've heard of a few. I've heard of Dies Irae because of the visual novel.
Oh, okay.
I heard that was good. I heard that was
really bad.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I think that's something else. I think that was.
I think it's really average.
Yeah, it's Juni Taisen. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
I hear Juni Taisen is like wannabe Fate, but with Zodiac instead of historical figures.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard too. But it's still, I've heard it's still pretty decent.
Well, Fate's pretty good, so.
And I've also heard of the Mahotsu Kai no Yome one because that's a manga, and I know I've read a bit of that one.
How's that?
I don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The adaptation.
But I think something to note, something that I've heard a lot about, and I haven't watched, but I've heard, or at least I've watched videos on people talk about, is Black Clover.
I've heard things about Black Clover.
I've heard that the show is average at best, but the manga is really good.
Same.
Yes, that's what I heard. That's what I've been hearing too, and it's like the most defining trait. The main character is screaming.
Yeah.
I wish I could play that sound right now.
I heard it's just like a bunch of stereotypes of shonen anime just put together.
Well,
like
that's what I heard
bad.
that's what I heard the anime is, but I heard the manga does it better. So.
Yeah, because I think it's from what I remember, it's like the slow pacing of like the anime just doesn't match what it is, and it's like compared to the manga does it a lot better of a job of, taking care of those tropes, especially with the pacing of the show. Like right now, as it is in the show, it's not great. I think the pacing is slow from what I remember.
I was told within the first 3 episodes it was already finished.
Yes, that's what it was. It was like the pacing was super slow or something like that. So they had to already put it in filler the first like 3 episodes, and it's just like, oh, okay. And so it's like I heard it's just like a shonen anime like done, at least a new age shonen anime done really bad.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean,
that's an entire topic within itself, though. Like
shonen anime, manga done bad.
The adaptation, though, like manga versus adaptation.
Well, not
that's just
really.
It's
like if you watch a movie, the book is almost always better.
I was gonna make that comparison.
But, okay, and in that exact same comparison, though, I feel like part of it is because the mediums are very different. Like with manga, it's like a weekly update, and it can go on forever. Whereas in anime, you have a contract, you have a season. It's generally 12 episodes, and then you're done. So.
Yep. It's just the difference there.
It's the different mediums, yeah. I mean,
I will say though, there are some exceptions to the rule of source material being better.
I can think of a few too.
Sakura So.
I was gonna say JoJo.
JoJo
people will fight me on that.
I remember like the anime. I remember it was so good, and then you were like, "Yeah, don't keep going with the source material."
Yeah, don't keep going.
It's good where it ends, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, you know what? This seems like a good. Let's make this our first like official topic for today then. Unless Foss.
I thought we were going for that.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. All right, let's just go on that. All right, so TJ, sounded like you had a lot to say about that since you were the one that brought it up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
First topic. I'm excited.
Oh boy.
So,
all right.
You want to specifically talk about adaptations versus the original, or?
What do you want? Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever that concerns with adaptations in general. So just anything that concerns yourself with that.
Yes.
Give me a moment to think about this one.
Current topic box? Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Let's do this on the fly.
Okay. Well, okay, then I'll just you can keep thinking. I'll kind of start with how it's like. I'll agree. It's the adaptations usually are pretty good about it, but like this manga is usually generally a lot better. Like I can think of one example right now is like with Shokugeki in itself. The manga already has way more depth into it than the 3rd season already has already. Like in between, the last episode so far is that the academy is starting to switch gears into becoming something else that it's not, and so from that, the Shokugeki itself is dying, and so the main character has to fight one of the Elite 10 to try and gain that spot, and in that it went from the school's starting to transition into that Shokugeki itself already, and it's been quite a while since I read those chapters, but it took I remember it taking a long time to get from where it started at the beginning of the episode to where it ended, and so I think it's just like the adaptation just skipped a lot of source material that's not there.
Another example I can think of is I know Maddie just watched it on Machi, so I'm not the only one that's seen that show.
But I haven't read the manga though.
You haven't read it, but I've only read like the first like 2 volumes. But the final fight against the Goliath, the reason that Bell does so much more shit than he did in every other fight was because this happened. The Goliath fight I think happened around volume 6.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the Minotaur fight was volume 2, volume 1.
Oh, so
like,
the time difference.
Big gap because they wanted to end on like an epic note,
Yeah.
and it was epic, but some parts were like inconsistent because of this.
That makes sense. Would you say the anime did it better though, or worse, or just it was different?
That part wasn't translated, so I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, I've thought of one, by the way.
Okay, go ahead.
A really good example. So, one good example of adaptation versus the original is the manga versus the anime of Aku no Hana. Now, if you know Aku no Hana, you know that the manga has some very dark themes to it, and it ends up being very emotional because of it. It has dark, hard lines on everything with very well-defined faces and settings and stuff like that. But then, here, I'll show you guys a direct comparison. So in the chat, I'll put it. So
Sure.
we have this picture, and look at the emotion on her face. You can like see it pretty obviously, right? And it kind of makes you want to even read it because you want to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
But, and then you can compare it to this. It's just
Oh
Yeah.
God. Okay.
you can see just from the freaking art
Okay.
that they screwed up that adaptation real bad.
All
But
right.
even if you go into the themes, they change the meaning of the manga, and that drives me crazy. How they change it? And,
Oh, God.
I think that,
Oh, we're
I think
we're
that's
talking
just-
bad.
oh, it can be good or bad.
Okay.
it's a really good manga turned into a really bad anime.
Oh God, if we're gonna talk about
It's
good.
that, sorry, you
No,
can
go
go.
ahead. Go ahead.
Alright, so some things translate fine, but there's a bit of context missing, right? The Fate franchise is an arrogant. There's actually just sex scenes in every route,
Yeah.
but that's not gonna do well if like they show it. Which is why in Unlimited Blade Works there was the random ass dolphin scene, right? Yeah, there's no dolphins. Like Shiro and Rin actually just fuck.
Yeah. Dolphins.
They're like we can't show that.
Yeah.
So dolphin.
Nice boat. You know.
When they can't show dolphins, they show a bad CGI dragon.
And when they can't show that, they show you a nice boat. You know. It's fine.
And going from like the bad adaptation, it's just like that depends on the studio and what they do with the
Yes.
source material itself.
Oh God.
And
Like.
that's kind of the main factors behind the adaptations, where certain studios will do different things with different source material. So it's not that it's bad. It's just that some studios can't capture the essence of what the source material is going for, especially with what you just linked. It's like the art style itself doesn't. It's not suited to match or capture the essence of that moment. It's
That's
like
also why I generally like. You're completely right there. That's why I generally agree with the sentiment that manga is generally better than the adaptation of anime.
Generally.
But
Yeah.
that's why I think about it, because I like the styles that individually tailor to the manga, and they each provide like certain characteristics to the manga that I think are lost in most anime.
Well, yeah,
I think-
that goes back to what we were saying though. With manga has more time to kind of draw out their story and like tell the story, whereas in anime you kind of need to rush it a little because you got the like time limit with the seasons. But yeah, go ahead, Foss.
But something kind of rebuttal against that is that yes, that's true where the manga does have more time and then they'll have more of an opportunity to kind of expand on the art style that they do. But sometimes there are just more things you can see and really experience in an anime versus a manga, where you're just reading it, you're kind of thinking about how they're reacting. Whereas like a good example is Shokugeki itself. Like there you can see them cooking in the manga, that's fine. But then it's a whole nother story when you see them actually facing off against each other in the heat of the moment, when they're trying to when the main character is trying to defend his dorm because of X reasons.
Well,
And
yeah,
so,
Yeah, but
That's
like
why- yeah.
action is always way sorry to cut you off, but action
That's
is always way easier to show. Like you're right, like fight scenes or like I guess in Chokugeki the cooking scenes, which I guess count as fights, I guess.
Yes.
Those are always like really cool to watch in anime, and that's what I love. Like that's why I really wanted like Persona animes and stuff because I wanted to see how they did the fights, right?
Yeah,
But-
see, I think that's why like the manga stuff can be like the mediums can be different and it
Yeah.
has to be done right by the studios
And
itself.
that's what I
really-
meant. Yeah, that's what I meant by they're completely different mediums because like you're right in mangas there's still panels. You can't have like cool epic fight scenes play out the way you want them to because they're still panels. Whereas in anime you get to actually see them animated. But if you
even then,
Yeah.
or like see your favorite characters, do your favorite things that you
Yeah.
see. Like, I'm looking forward to the next episode because one of my favorite scenes is coming up and I want to hear it so bad.
there you go.
However, though, they aren't like the source material isn't always better.
Sakura
Like I said this before, but like another example is like Overlord, and you said you didn't like how it changes the themes, right, TJ?
Oh yeah.
In Overlord, the light novel, the main character is actually just transitions into like a murderous asshole,
Nice.
right? But
Oh yeah, like
And that-
High School DxD.
yeah, like in High School DxD in the novel, it's like the main character was just a jerk who bragged to all his friends that he knew some hot girls and wouldn't introduce them. Like that's such a dick thing to do. Like you actually don't. Sometimes them changing it can lead to better results.
That's true.
I do agree. Like
I agree
have
with that,
another.
yeah.
Have another evidence for what Jonathan's saying is the what was it? The Koi no Katachi. That's the direct.
Whoa, wait. I really like the Koi no Katachi manga though.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
okay.
support what good old J fan's saying.
That changing changing some parts of the manga to make it more likable for the audience
Oh,
is
okay,
something
okay.
that's agreeable than changing the source material for the worse.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
where it can happen for the worse or the good.
Okay. I think I misunderstood
And
again.
my
Again, I
other
think
point?
that's worse. I think that's just again on the studio.
Yeah.
The other point though is you said that manga has more time to progress because it goes for longer,
Mhm.
but that's not always a good thing because usually, like a writer will start off with like some cool fresh idea, and as the material runs like its course, they can't come up with enough new ideas, so
Filler.
a lot of things later on start to blend together and try to keep samey unless the author is really good.
Was a fairy tale like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of like web novels, especially I've read, are like that where the first volume is exceptional, right? Super cool idea, great execution. The second volume, it's similar, but it's like it's kind of starting to feel samey, and by the third volume, like you're gone.
I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, fairy tale! You were
Oh, fairy tale.
You had so much. You had so much potential.
But like, I mean,
It
there's
did.
not a lot of good animes that we get to like see a bad adaptation turn good. So I'm gonna throw this one out there. I know none of you here have watched JoJo, but like, I hate using JoJo as an
I can't.
example.
I
Oh,
can't.
You can?
I can't.
Oh, you can't.
It's just-
Okay.
Like it's just the animation style. It's just like
Really,
can't
I
do
love
it.
the animation style, but no. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Is there was a like 2000 anime adaptation, and that one was like absolute garbage. Like even the fan base who liked JoJo before then was trashing on it because it was just like Berserk 2017 level bad, like that bad.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and then they
Oh,
redid
God.
it. They redid it in 2012, I want to say, with a new studio, and it was like amazing. The fans loved it, and it actually drew people that were like that hated it originally back into the series. So like I feel like it's kind of like what Foss was saying. It's a lot about the studio that picks it up and how they choose to do it, because there is a way to make anime adaptations right, clearly.
There's a bunch of ways. Like a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot where most are pretty good at the adaptations. It's just that you find the one outlier, and then that just becomes the one scapegoat where it's just like, oh, this is why manga is better, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But then they ignore the fact that there's been so many adaptations for manga and light novels in general, where it's just like, you know, all the good stuff just gets covered up by the one bad one.
Yeah.
But but it's like you can still uphold the value that manga is better than the anime adaptation. But it's just the way anime presents itself is that it's really how they want to capture that essence of the source material and how they want to convey it to the audience to make it so that it's drawing in fans outside and within the fan base itself.
This one might be kind of hard because I don't know if there's many other cases of it. How do you guys feel about animes that like deviate from the source material and like decide to change the stories on their own?
Depends.
It's
The only
bad.
thing I can think of right now is Akame ga Kill and what?
Oh no.
I was thinking Tokyo Ghoul and
I think
the original FMA.
Oh, I thought of a good anime from a bad manga.
Which one?
Nisekoi.
Well, that
Nisekoi
one.
had a really bad manga, but the manga or the anime was actually decent.
That
So
that
funny, I
that
loved it.
that's
Still
that's
subjective,
debatable.
but you
I
know.
loved it. I've not read the Nisekoi manga. I really
It's
want
really
to.
bad. I read some of it.
I've
but
I've
it
heard
was-
it's bad. I've heard bad things about the manga too. So
Hey, webtoon. Hey, we should webtoons should get animations too. There's only one that I know of. That's Real Life.
I know
What?
a lot of good webtoons.
I know a lot of bad
You know which one I want them
webtoons.
to take an adaptation. You know which one I want.
There was
I
one.
want
Oh
it so
god.
bad.
There was one webtoon that I was reading for the longest time, and then just went completely down the shitter. Oh, this is a tangent, I guess, but TJ, you read webtoons. Did you ever read The Gamer?
I read a little bit of The Gamer, but it was really boring.
It was really boring, but I liked it because the idea, for me, the idea was like Sword Art Online done right, and then it just like took a complete turn for the worse and shit itself.
So
It's
like
like-
Sao.
No, it was worse than SAO because the moral of this story was like, oh, I have this cool ability that makes life a video game for me, but I don't want to capitalize on that. I want to be a doctor. And
Sure.
that was the moral of the story in the end. And I was like, nope, I'm dropping this right here.
All right,
Wasn't it because like the studio didn't want people to play games?
Yes.
Or something like that?
Because I don't know the full story, but it was something about, I think I told you too. It was something about how like the people reading the series were suddenly like, wow, this is so cool, I want to go play video games instead of study. So they made the main character be like, I don't care about video games, I just want to study and go to college. And I was like,
like
oh,
a real
okay.
person,
Yeah, it's like, but sure.
like a functioning member of
IRL.
society.
It's like if I wanted to live my real life, I would just do that. I'm reading this webtoon to escape from reality for like 5 minutes a day. Come on, let me have that. You know?
Wait, did you read Girls of the Wild?
Yes, God, that one took such a. It started off so good and then just.
Okay, that's also a bad webtoon.
I will never. That's what I mean. I know a lot of bad webtoons. I will never forgive the ending to that one. Like,
See, then all you need to do is just read Ecstasy Hearts.
Ecstasy Hearts is really good.
It's
Uh,
so good.
Is it?
Your Secret is really good.
okay.
That's like all of them.
Real Life,
God.
Real Life is. I like Real Life. TJ. has a
Unordinary
favorite
is also good. Real Life is also good. I think that's all of them.
we were
Yeah.
talking last time about like what was it called like character undevelopment, and Girls the Wild is just all about characters undeveloping, and it's fucking awful. Like,
It happens a lot in webtoons where the character like
Oh.
develops a trait and then goes directly against the trait.
it was so stupid. It's like, oh, let's spend all this time making this guy be a fighter and have these like awesome girls that like are super cool fighters, and then let's make one of them be a kidnapped for no reason. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I will never forgive that webtoon for wasting. What? How long was that out for? Like 3 years, TJ? I don't remember. It was a long.
Wait, which one?
Girls the Wild. It was a pretty long series. It was a long series. I followed it for the entire time.
You can fix You can fix all your problems of hate towards webtoons. Just read Ecstasy Hearts. I will
Right,
never
right, right.
uphold. This thing is so good. It's like TJ can vouch because he's the one that actually told me about it. Like I just spent like I spent like 2 days from like 10 to like 1 a.m.
Oh yeah,
Like, just
you
reading-
binge those real hard. Because
Yeah.
It's so good.
I
because
mean,
of how, like, the
I tend to
characters
binge.
interact.
I tend to binge manga too, so it's like, eh.
Yeah, it's like, but like, unless it's like the wiki ones you follow, but like Ecstasy
Yeah.
Hearts is so good. It's like super. It's really. I phrase this really well. It's supermodels playing tennis.
All right, there you go.
We've got a triggering question in the chat, by the way.
Yeah,
I know. I'm really
that's-
pissed.
That's just
I'm ignoring
crazy.
it.
I've been choosing to ignore that for a while now. All right, but anyway,
but
so
yeah.
back to we got off on a huge tangent there, but back to my main question was how do you guys feel about like anime
Deviations for the good.
deviations from the source materials?
It depends. Of course, like it can be bad, it can be good. It just depends on how they decide to take it and how they use the characters at hand to then make their own thing with it. Like it can be, like it doesn't have to stay strictly towards the material. I
Yeah.
think that's a beauty of taking the source material and like being able to manipulate it in a way that you really want to do, or like take it in the direction you want to try and take it in, and see if it's good or not. So it's just like it's like a creative thing that it's a creative prospect that you can use.
Yeah, that's true. And the two I was thinking of,
I like it.
yeah, and the two I was thinking of were like polar opposites of each other. Where like I feel like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like the entire remember the first part with the Ice Alchemist.
Yes.
That part just wasn't even it just wasn't in the manga. It was added solely for the anime just to like just to put it in your face right at the beginning. There's something wrong with the government. Like it didn't exist, and I feel like that actually added a lot to the anime and to the series as a whole. Whereas the original Full Metal Alchemist, Hitler.
Although, on the note of Full Metal Alchemist, though,
yeah,
the original was the one that strayed far from the source
because Hitler.
Brotherhood kept towards the source.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, on the other hand, though, the original Full Metal Alchemist, the problem with that one was the series wasn't done when they had to come up with an ending, so I can't really fault them for that, though. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing with the Tokyo Ghoul, which is the other one I was going to talk about. Tokyo Ghoul, when the anime was coming out, like the manga was still happening, and they didn't know where it was going to go, so they decided to take some creative liberties with it, and it ended up being completely back-asswards.
Oh
and,
God, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, I heard it was really bad.
It was really
Most of the
bad.
time, I have the belief that almost all taking stuff from another source, like almost always turns out bad. That's what I think, because well, I mean, there are some good parts, but what you need to do, and I think is really hard to do, is that you have to take the theme from the source and then expand on it. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Koi no Katachi movie did that really well with
I still need to
manga.
watch that.
He's really good.
Is it
and
out?
It has the same theme.
It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
I don't
But,
think it
like,
has been translated yet. is the
That's
problem.
probably why I haven't seen it. Okay.
Just doing that in
It's
general.
okay,
though,
you know
is really
Japanese.
I do know.
Yeah, you're fluent.
You study Japanese solely for this reason. So you
Exactly.
so you don't have to wait for translation.
I
You
can't
just watch
dude,
it raw.
I can understand it when I watch. I can watch it without subs now. It's just like it takes me time to translate. You know? Do you understand?
That's
you understand? Yeah.
That's fine. You can watch it without translation.
That's true.
That's what matters.
On the
That's
note of source material versus anime adaptation, what is your opinion on anime originals?
Do I know any anime originals?
I only know
I
like
actually-
a few.
I can't think of any.
I know the one you're thinking of.
Oh no, fucking
Yeah, you tell
Oh,
them.
that one.
Is that an original? Really?
Ah, sometimes you need a writer that knows how to write.
Oh boy, I can tell.
So
when it's
Outnoa
done.
Zero starts off. You know the Sherlock movie, like not
Yes.
Benedict Cumberbatch, but Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
and how he does like his fight scenes. The main character is kind of like that, right? You know how
Yes.
he like sciences the shit out of superpowers, right?
Mhm.
So the first guy they meet, his superpowers, he just like phases through stuff, and anything he phases through like is destroyed. So like you shoot bullets at him, and like he just absorbs all the bullets, right?
Mhm.
But he like sciences out of it, right? And he's like, well, if it absorbs everything, then it also has to absorb all the light, so you can't see out of it. So there has to be at least one point where things are not absorbed, and there's satellites like around for him to see. The
Yeah.
other thing is it can't absorb around his feet. So he like lured him on a bridge, blew up the bridge so that he sunk into the water, and then when all the water is absorbing, you can like tell where the spot that the radio is like being received, and he just like went in there, stabbed it open, and shot, like put his gun inside and like shot the game. It was like,
See,
holy
that's really
shit,
smart.
so fucking cool.
That's really smart. But
Oh,
then season 2.
Not even season 2. The ending of season 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it goes to pure garbage real fast. Real fast.
I feel like a lot of things can just like take a turn for the worse really fast. But wait, one second. So we do have a question from the chat. Our friend Korean wants to know.
It's a good question.
It's actually a pretty good question. What is your guys' favorite animation studio? So, Pizza or TJ, you already said Aniplex.
Wrong one.
Damn
Right,
it!
he said
You said Aniplex.
Aniplex.
I see. I don't
love
actually
the
know. I don't actually know studios that well, so which one's?
Madhouse is good too.
I can't pick one. I have two, and I don't know which one.
Which one? Which one's a Madhouse? Oh, or you?
Oh, they did Kill la Kill.
Who did Oh God, I'm trying to think. Who did
I think they did Kill la Kill.
Madhouse did Death Note, One Punch Man, No Game No Life, Hunter x Hunter,
Okay,
Parasite, Death
that's
Parade,
Parasite. That's
Black
where I know
Lagoon,
Madhouse from.
Mahoko Coco, Hosting
Yes.
Ultimate, like Trigun, Overlord.
I was gonna
Just
say
a bunch of really good stuff. Ori Monogatari.
yeah. I was gonna say in that case Madhouse because I was gonna say the people who made Parasite, and
There's some like not as good stuff here. Like some of the better ones are Madhouse.
who made? Oh God, you guys are gonna blame me for this one. Who made Kimi no Na wa again? Which studio?
I don't even know. I can't even tell you that.
That's just Makoto Shinkai, right?
Yeah, well, anything Makoto Shinkai makes. I didn't want to because he's not a studio; he's a creator.
He's a director, yeah.
He's a director, so I like.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah,
Ufo Table is just gorgeous though.
Hideo
Ufo
Kojima,
Table
made by
has
Hideo Kojima,
the
produced by Hideo Kojima,
Big
voiced by Hideo
Hero.
Kojima.
Unlimited Blade Works, God Eater, Car no Kyokai. It's just like all of the Type Moon stuff, but it's so fucking pretty. Like
Yeah.
all their fight scenes and stuff, it's so cool.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm just gonna step in for a second here. 1 second. I just looked up Makoto Shinkai because I just want to look him up, and now his best known work is Kimi no Na wa, which I'm happy for. But like, no one's ever heard of 5 centimeters per second. Apparently, what the hell?
I have.
You have. No, I know. I mean, I know you guys have. I mean, like the people who are making these like articles have never heard of 5 centimeters per second because they say this is his only work. It's like, no, it's not. Anyways, that was just me being a little pissy bitch for a second.
If I were just to add in, it's just like I can't pick between A1 and JC staff.
Well, you don't
Both
have
of
to
them.
pick. Just say both because I've put both. I put
Yeah.
Ufo
Alright.
Table and Madhouse.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, JC staff and A1 pictures both have done a lot of stuff that I've really enjoyed, at least over the years. And it's just like JC staff, they've done Shokugeki. Oh God, I can't think of it. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I'm gonna go look them up.
Here's the My Anime list. I'll post it in the chat.
Let's see, my JC staff anime producer. They did a whole bunch of them. Toradora, Sakura-so. I'm reading.
Oh,
Kaichuma
they did
Mid-
Danmachi too.
Kaichuma
Zero
Mid-
no
Persona,
Tsukaima,
Golden Time, like a whole bunch of stuff, and then A1 did SAO
Index.
for the meme Arrow Manga Sensei. Fairy Tail, Anohana. What else was there?
Oh, is that A1?
What?
Angel Beat, or what did you say?
Anohana.
Anohana.
I think they might have done Angel. I
I'm
think they might
posting
have.
links to their My Anime list in chat. So you
They
guys
might
can-
have done Angel Beats. Let me check. I'm pretty sure they did.
Who did
I thought
Angel
Key-
Beat?
No, that's P.
No, that's Key. Oh, I thought it was Key. Who did? Wait, what did Key do? Key made something that I really liked.
The Holy Trinity of Key animation.
God, what did Key make?
Do you want the Holy
Oh,
Trinity?
Clanad. They did make Angel Beats. Key was Angel Beats.
Oh, so it's PA. So
Yeah.
PA animation is. Okay.
They did Clanad and Angel Beats. Okay, so I did. I knew I liked Key for something. I knew that name from somewhere.
Yeah, you know the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, there you
no,
go.
the holy duo. Because don't watch
Duo.
the third one
Yeah, no.
of Clannad and Canon 2006. We
Yeah.
don't like to talk about the third one.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's Air TV, but don't watch it.
No, don't even say it. Don't even say it. Just we're done.
No, see, no, it's like that. It's like that third child that no one likes to push her.
Yeah. Here's my two amazing children.
It's just the two, and then this one.
Yeah, here's my two amazing children that I love very much, and then there's Ricky. Ricky lives in the closet.
No, there's Daisy.
Oh,
there's
Aniplex did Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Who did?
Aniplex?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they're a producer. They're not like.
yeah, they're a producer.
Oh, yeah,
on
they're a
the
producer.
studio.
TJ, we will convince you one day to finish Brotherhood because it's actually good. Like,
It's gonna be hard.
I don't understand why you don't like it. Oh, this is a topic for
I have to
personal thoughts.
find it within myself.
But yeah,
Find it
anyway,
within no,
so-
find it within my hues.
Yeah, just going out, like the studios just have done, at least mine have done a lot of key things, which is really good. This
Yeah.
is why I like them so much.
I was gonna say the studio that did JoJo, but I'm not sure if I actually like anything else they did besides JoJo. So
Yeah, but At least going from my tangent of like Clannad and stuff like that, and canon is the slice of life stuff, which I know TJ and I are quite aware of, is like the slice of life and the appeals and stuff like that. And so
Most
it's like,
slice of life I find boring, unfortunately. But
Really?
some are okay.
Have you watched Chunibyo? I feel like you would like Chunibyo.
Me or
I know
Yes.
you watched the
No.
show I watched, the Oragaria.
Oh yes, that one's. I love that one.
that one's good. I watched it too long ago for me to remember anything about it, but I just remember it was good. So I guess it's just on me then. But it's like, let's just start with this. Let's just start with the standard of Clannad, not even after story, just Clannad itself of like the
Alright.
school life like that. And so it's just like the appeals and the portrayals of like the daily life and how it can be such a drawing aspect in itself to some people.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, for me, it was like just watching people go through like a high school. And okay, granted, I did watch these back when I was like in high school, so it was things like those are the type of stories where you watch and you're like, wow, I wish something like that could happen to me, or like, wow, this is fun, you know, things like that. Because who doesn't have dreams that they're going to be the main character in their own story one day?
We are the main characters of our own story.
Yeah, well, okay, main characters in an exciting story like that.
I'm the main character
I
of
just-
everything.
I just got the hell existential. It's
There you
like
go.
you are.
And Korean, just like why it's hard to pick favorite like studios or anime, it's very hard to pick favorite characters too.
I'll give you a top 3.
I can give you a top 3. Yeah,
I'll give you my favorite right now.
not based on their impacts, just like just characters. My top 3 actually are not from anime though. My top 3 are from
Yeah, mine aren't either.
mine are from games.
Okay, well you can say anime.
All right.
Well, we can do this and go back to slice of life stuff. So
Yeah,
so
sure.
let's just start with anime. Let's just narrow the focus down to be solely anime.
Solely anime? Oh god, in that case.
Solely.
Oh god.
You can pick like one or two. And just
Actually-
explain.
If it's something that happens after the anime ends, I think that should be fine too. Like there isn't
Yeah.
an anime with that character,
Yeah.
and you might like them for stuff not from the anime, but
Yeah.
you still like them.
Oh, okay, since we can't do video games, I'm gonna
Anime
do.
adjacent.
I'm gonna have to say Mise Hughes, Saitama, and I just forgot the third one I was thinking of. Shoot. Oh, it'll come back to me later. Oh, oh god, I forgot his name. Main character from Angel Beats.
Oh, that guy.
Uh,
don't remember his name either.
what was his name? Shoot.
I don't know.
That guy. Google
Yes.
time.
Yes. Don't even know the names of our favorite anime characters.
I'm already on it, boys.
Thank you. What was his name?
Otonashi something.
Otonashi Yuzuru. Otonashi
Yuzuru.
Yuzuru. Yep. Yes, him. Those are my 3 favorite anime characters, I guess.
So why?
Oh, what? Just pick one at least and explain.
Okay, the easiest one for me to explain is Mise Hughes, because I just like
From
characters
where?
from FMA Brotherhood.
Ah.
I just like
Yeah.
characters that are good people who are like self-sacrificial, who are just like will do things because it's right and do things because they care about people. And Mise Hughes is like the embodiment of that, and he does it till the very end. So I absolutely love Mise Hughes. He's like one of my favorite characters in general. And then Roy Mustang's like close second in that series. So
God, what are you?
I'll tell you mine so that you
Uphold
guys have
real
more time.
values.
So, Zenkichi Hitoyoshi from Medica Box, Yukinoshita Yukino from Oragaru, and Tosuka Rin. I'm not actually sure about Rin, but the other two, the first guy is just like an average dude, and he's like best friends with like super like gorgeous, super genius, like basically someone that does everything,
Mhm.
and he does like average, but you watch his like struggles as he is like compared to her, but still has like a kind of like he still contributes even
Yeah.
though he's not as good as Medica in any aspect.
yeah.
Yuki Noshita just has like she has very distinct philosophies, which I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
And Rin because she's best girl.
Yeah, well, I tried to avoid any of my best girls, but
Rin,
Oh,
I like
we
Rin
were
because
avoiding
of,
that.
like,
yes,
how
I
damn
was.
she interact with you, like, because I won't say based on the impact in the anime, or I can't say not based on that, because what I care most about is how they impact the story, right?
Yeah.
And the way she impacts with, or she associate, or she like converses and stuff with Shiro and stuff is just really good.
Okay. And okay, TJ, reading your list, two of those characters are basically the same person. Kurosawa and the guy from Koi no Katachi. They have this like same general story, the redemption arc.
Oh yeah, well, I was more looking at Nishimiya's the girl, isn't it?
Oh, is she? I didn't see because I had to refresh the page.
I don't
so.
actually remember. I haven't watched in a while. I thought that was their name.
I read
Yeah,
them. I really like the manga. So
Yeah, I just liked her because we've known some deaf people in the past, and it was a very good portrayal, at least of what remember of them.
Okay.
Except you were garbage at ASO.
Oh.
You were worse. No.
Ouch.
Wait, you can't even say that. I was the best person in the class.
Oh please.
Or ASO 3 was the best person because Rebecca was sick.
Oh yeah.
Before that, I was the second best person, and I was the person that practiced with her to make her the best.
Damn.
Dude, those were the tough days, man.
J-Fan throwing
Yeah,
that
when we had
shade
to do
out.
the same unit 3 times per semester.
Good job.
Dude, that's a whole nother topic.
All right, we've gotten off. We've gotten off on enough tangents. What were we talking about?
Slice of life, clan.
Right. Let me update the. Let me update that. All right, go on. So slice of life. Yeah.
Should I finish the tangent? Because I didn't do mine.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Finish your tangent.
So if I were to do top 3, it's obviously Rindo. I will 100% explain why. 2, probably Issei from High School DxD, and it's hard to pick a third one because I actually really don't know like a third, but I'll just go with those 2 for now.
Yeah.
It's like, so the reason I like these 2 is like they kind of have a common trait with each other, is that they're characters that can really play on the situation at hand. Like they're just characters that make the show more entertaining in itself. So like in Rina's case, she's like the mischievous little girl that like knows everything and is like super good and crazy, blah blah blah. But it's like you follow her because she's so funny and like everything she does is great. And then like with Issei, it's just like, well, he's MC, so plot always revolves around him. But 2 is like he's like the stupidest person, and it's really funny to see how he interacts with like the other members of the cast and just like how he really plays on his own personality traits and how it's just like emphasized by the show.
Alrighty. Makes sense. I mean, different people like different characters for different reasons. As obvious, like all of us like very different types of characters. Apparently, I didn't actually realize that, but.
Oh yeah. Oh, I found my third one, Darkness from Konosuba.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Also because they play on her tropes and and it's funny. Like anything that makes like the show, anything that gives the show flavor is like something really I find really enjoyable. Like most dumb best friend characters.
Makes sense. Alrighty then. So, what were we even talking about with slice of life?
The appeals of slice of life and why it's a genre in itself, or at least why I can tell why I like it, but I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think about it.
Well,
the appeals,
or like, why do you think like, what's like the appeals, or like what do you think of slice of life in general? If it's boring, blah blah blah, stuff like that, or like what do you just generally think about the topic?
I like slice of life, probably for a very different reason than you do, though. And I'll let J-Fan talk first. Sounds like he has something to say.
Alright, so like, I enjoy slice of life when it's like done in a light-hearted manner, usually.
Yes.
And the thing I point to for this one is Seita Kayak Mindomo, where you just go around Suda's life as the vice principal of, or the vice president of the student council, and you just watch him go through the shenanigans of the rest of the group, and it's just a light-hearted comedy And the fact that there's no like clear cut timeline just adds the fact that it's just like it's like it emphasizes the randomness. Just like at any time, bam, just like random ass jokes.
Yep. Is that why you like slice of lives?
Yeah.
All right. For me, it's very similar to that. It's I like when slice of lives are like comedic. They don't take themselves too seriously, and it's kind of like shows everyday normal life, or like what everyday normal life could be. Not even should be, just like could be. Like the one I was thinking of is obviously Clan Ed. Just like, you know, everyday school life, and just I don't know. For me personally, it's like what life should be like or could be like. Happy, you know. It's uplifting. It's happy, fun to watch. Things that just kind of make you forget about your days and stuff like that.
So it's like thinking of the experiences you have with your friends and you reminding that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's like, at least. Actually, before I go on mine, how about TJ? What do you think about it, or stuff like that? Because you said you got bored.
Yeah, I was thinking slice of life is normally boring to me, but the two best manga of like all time that I can think of are both slice of life.
Ironic.
So, I don't know if you guys know this one, Oyasumi Pun Pun.
I feel like I've heard of it.
This is crushing. Do not read it and try to be.
Yes,
happy
I've heard. Yeah. All right.
It is fantastic. It is great because it works with your emotions, and it's very artistic. It's very beautiful. It's all that, but it's a slice of life also. So I guess sometimes slice of life is interesting to me. I'm not sure why.
Well, Onani, what was it? The Kurosawa manga is also technically slice of life.
Yeah, I was also thinking about like if it's done like Konosuba. That's a little bit of a slice of life, right? A little bit.
That's like a that's like a sitcom in my eyes.
But like it can be done that way.
Well, there's also what am I thinking of here? Oh shoot, what's it called? My Average Life. What was that called?
Oh, wait, I think. Oh,
what's that anime called?
Is it that My Average Life, whatever, is
Nichijou?
like
Nichijou, yes, Nichijou. That's a slice of life, isn't it?
Is it the weird one with like the girl comes out of the sky? Chocolate?
Yes.
I love her.
No, that's
wait, no.
That's Chobits, right?
No, that's
Nichijou is the doctor, and there's a robot girl who wants to be a student.
This is Nichijou.
And then
what you are thinking of is the Choices one.
Yes,
oh,
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The Choices one was funny.
Nichijou has the principal suplexing a deer. So.
Yes.
Yes. Slice of life.
And then there's a video that exists on YouTube which has the principal suplexing a deer to Before My Body Is Dry from Kill la Kill.
Yes, I've seen that. That's amazing. It's on point. But I feel like there's a difference to reasons why you watch slice of life, right? Like we kind of talked about that, which is, for me at least, I watch when I'm watching a slice of life, it's because I want to kind of forget about the world, and it's like an escape, kind of in a way. So. I think that's why I like slice of life at least.
I think it's just depending on the person, like again as taste, but it's also like what you want to see out of a slice of life, because it's not, you don't have to see slice of life solely for it to be like the could happens. You could also watch slice of life for all the bad moments too.
Yeah, and to see the characters survive through them. You're right.
It's also funny to watch like the caricatures who are just like larger than life and how they go through things. With like very distinct and like set personalities.
Yeah.
Most people have more than one dimension, but if you have one dimension and you do it, and you like multiply it by like 100, then it can lead to enjoyable watching.
That's true.
That reminds me of like Classroom of the Elite, dude.
Orogairu is each character has like one defining theme, and it's like super exaggerated so that it just like works really well. Like you're not supposed to identify with any of them absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll identify with them at times, but like how strict their like personalities are to their character is what makes it good.
And I feel like the marking point of a good slice of life is, you're right, the characters, because when you watch slice of life,
that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
essentially watching for the
character
characters.
development. Yeah, it's like all the interactions that they have and how they go relate with each other in their daily lives. I think that's the main appeal. I guess we can all agree that the main appeal would be like the character development, the characters themselves, of like how they interact and how they develop and how they react to normal stuff into situations and have fun and stuff like that.
And I was gonna say for TJ, if you think about it, Danganronpa is kind of a slice of life in its own weird way.
In a twisted way.
In a twisted, fucked up way.
But see, I think that's the beauty of slice of life too, is that you can take it that way, or you can take it to the happy way, or you can take it to like a kind of a classroom of the elite style, where it's like people are just like trying to climb the ranks of like an academic ladder, and it just happens to be like this way because of like different stuff you can do.
Yeah. Oh, and TJ, while you're at it, might as well link what's it called, Onani Master Kurosawa. What was it called? I forgot the name. I had it bookmarked for a while.
Oh yeah. Also, Catherine is a slice of.
Catherine is a slice of life. Yes. And it's
we're just identifying slice of life at this point.
Well, it's like
there's
you don't think about them really.
You don't think something's a slice of life until you kind of think about it. Yeah, that's true.
There's like the general ones like Lucky Star that everybody knows, but
that's just the Moe blob though.
I didn't like Lucky Star.
I didn't watch it.
I'm not a huge fan of Moe blobs because there's no anything behind it. So.
Wait, that's not true. Look at Hibike Euphonium. There's actually stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
And Hibike Euphonium is a giant Moe blob.
I was gonna say I only know of what's it called, Lucky Star, so I don't know much about those. But from what I know of Lucky Star,
doing cute things.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Hibike Euphonium's pretty good for that. That'll change your mind. Go watch that one. It's
all
good.
right. I'll give.
And the music is fantastic. It's
all
about. I would hope it would be because it's about.
Well,
band.
you know me. Good music is a good way to win me over for things.
Yeah, it's about band.
All right.
Like music band.
All right.
And the music's fire and stuff like that. So, I think that's just a difference. Like things can happen with like the Moe blobs and slice of life stuff. Can kind of. I think those two kind of tend to get mixed up, if that makes sense.
What, slice of life and Moe blob?
I think slice of life is like the umbrella term, and the Moe blob is a branch of it, but it's like squares and rectangles, right? A Moe blob is a slice of life, but a slice of life isn't always a Moe blob.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, I'll say that.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
True. Oh god, I love this one. Is so funny.
Which one?
Absolute choice.
No com.
Oh, that's what
the
it
one
was.
you linked? Okay.
No com. That's what it is. Oh my god, it sounded so good. But it was so funny. But I think that's
on
like
the topic of this, what is you guys' opinions of light novel adaptations with ridiculously long names?
What an oddly specific question.
You mean Konosubarashi Isekai no I don't even know the whole name of Konosuba. I just know Konosuba
like,
Sekai.
There's this one.
Oh god. I can only think
This
of
one isn't that long.
Isn't Ori-Imo technically one too? Ori no
Yes,
Imoto.
The only one I could think
Ori
of
no
is
Imoto Kawaii Wakaganai.
the only one I could think of is the one nobody else here has seen, I don't think, and that's Chunibyo Demo Koigashitai.
I've watched Chunibyo.
Have you? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I did watch Chunibyo. Who was? Oh, it's no one else here. Yeah.
No, I watched it because I saw it. I was like, okay, cool. And then like I kind of got over it.
It was adorable. No, it was adorable. And then season 2 was just absolute shit. I wish it didn't exist, and it doesn't exist.
I just thought it was stupid because I didn't like how they like played on the 8th grade syndrome so hard.
That's the point. That's the entire name. It's the name of the anime.
But like, I know, but it's annoying. Like
No,
you
it's
like,
cute.
yeah, like I get that you're supposed to
I don't
play
think
on that.
any of you guys have seen the last one. Though,
Which one?
But
Oh, I
Oh,
my anime
God.
list for this.
Oh god.
To Control C.
just things are getting out of hand.
Oh my god. No.
Wait, what is this?
We're not pulling
It's like
prequel
I
I
into
can't
this.
become a hero, so I decided.
And all the words like go out of the page on my phone. And I'm like, I have no idea which one this is
Yes.
because all of them start with ore something, and it's like an essay as the title.
Oh god. That
Wait,
sounds
this looks
actually
wait,
awful.
this sounds kind of cute. I'm gonna watch it.
That reminds me of the third Naruto game that came out on Steam. It's like, the name is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 Full Burst for PS4 ported. And then it just goes all the way.
No, you'll never get as dumb as Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
3.8
fucking
final
no.
Chapter prologue.
No, shut up! You shut up about that! Kingdom Hearts
You know it,
3 will
right?
never come out. I
Yeah,
refuse to
they-
believe it.
Yeah, those trailers are coming out. Those are just teasers.
The trailers are just to remind us of what we're never gonna have.
Yeah, they're just like, you want it? You want it? You want it? No.
Ah.
You want it? You want Kingdom Hearts 3? You want Kingdom Hearts 3? How bad do you want it? You want it this bad? No, you're not getting it.
Damn it, Square Enix.
They do this all the time. Remember Final Fantasy?
I know. Alright. Anyways.
I just realized a lot of PS4 games do this. Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy,
okay,
Persona,
video game salt aside, what were we talking about?
Slice of Lives, and the appeals, and we're pretty much good with that.
Yep, alright.
And I think that's like the overall arch, at least concerning to wrap up this Slice of Life like kind of thing, is that most people watch it to see like the idealized Slice of Life stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like people who watch Slice of Lives also kind of want to like relate to the characters, kind of like what JFan was saying. You don't always relate with every like one character always. It's like you'll relate with all the characters.
You'll see bits of yourself in all the characters, and I think that's
yes.
You then get more attached to the characters, and then
yes.
like you become so invested into what they do that you feel like the things they do kind of affect you in a way, and like they really make you feel something. And I think that's something like that's really good about the Slice of Life in general compared to other ones, is that they give you a feeling.
Yeah.
And like they make you actually feel something.
That's why I was gonna say for Danganronpa in specific, that's why I think even the sad ones or the ones with like darker tones can work, because it's essentially seeing a character that reminds you of yourself surviving through like a situation. So.
Or not surviving through.
Or not surviving through a situation. God damn it! Go play Danganronpa.
Everyone dies.
Everyone does.
I'm almost done. I just hate playing it on my phone through less than optimal means.
I think JFan may have just died during that sentence.
No, he was like speaking in breaths.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna say it's perfectly legal, and don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Oh yeah, mute that part of the stream.
Right
now. Just make a timestamp note. Like,
oh god. This part. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that was a big no. You should not have said that.
That's fine, dude. It's fine. No one here's a snitch, right, TJ?
It's technically legal if I own the game.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's playing a port of it.
Which you own, right?
You
own it, right?
I own the game. Like,
yeah, right?
It's technically legal if I own the game, so I don't have to buy it twice.
But you do own the game, so it's fine.
There's like some moral ambiguity behind it, so I don't want to spark some controversy here.
Stop shooting yourself in the foot and let this go. Just let it go. It's fine. We're trying to help you out here, JFan.
It's like that thing where it's like the guy's like digging his own grave, like, and he's like keeps going, like, no, we're trying to help you.
Oh god. All right.
I still need to play that game when that game goes on sale.
It'll probably go on sale for winter, or maybe even Thanksgiving. We'll see. Because since 3 is so big, I'm sure it'll go on sale.
Yeah.
But
I want to play 3, but I can't. I already know what happens.
Well, it's still worth a playthrough if you want. Well, actually, no, it might not be because you know everything that happens.
Yeah, I know straight up everything.
That's true. All right.
Well, I'm down. You saved me $60.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. It's definitely for that reason, you know.
Yeah. You bought it and played it, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is something I feel like TJ and I are more inclined to know more about, but like, okay. Well, we can tie it to anime too. Is just like in general, Japanese storytelling, or like not just Japanese, Eastern storytelling has a very different like sense than American storytelling. Like you can see it in movies and like I was gonna say video games, Dark Souls namely.
You'll see it all over the place.
Yeah, where like here stories are kind of force fed to you, where it's like here's the plot, here's the lore, here's everything. Whereas like I was thinking Dark Souls very heavily, where the storytelling in Dark Souls and like in Japanese media a lot of times is like they don't tell you a lot. You're kind of supposed to piece it together yourself, and if you don't get it, well, there you go. You don't get it.
Or at least I think it's if you don't get it, it'll make sense later.
It'll make sense later, or it'll still make sense, but it'll have more of an impact on you if you understand what's going on.
Yeah,
you know,
like things will make sense at the end, and I think that's something.
The Witcher is pretty Western, but the storytelling in that game is fantastic.
You know what? That's true.
The Witcher 3.
Well, The Witcher is it West? It's technically Western.
Polish studio.
It's Polish, so.
It's pretty Western.
It's
yeah.
it's
That's
pretty
pretty
Western.
Western.
That's Western.
It's West enough. It's West enough.
That's West enough.
If you go East enough, it's eventually West, so it's fine.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, there you go. But so like, I don't know. Do you guys have a preference on how your stories are told? I guess.
I don't really have much of a preference until it's like, unless it's like really bad, but as long as it's a good story, and
Okay.
usually I get like good entertainment out of it, that's really all I'm looking for. That like I get invested into the story enough for me to want to know how it begins, how they go through it, and how they get to the end, and how it resolves.
Okay.
And I think as long as those things, as long as the criteria is met, is that I get invested, or at least they make me invested into it, then in my mind, the entertainment medium has done its job.
Okay. Well, and see, for me, it's not enough to just have a story. I want a good story, and I want it told in a way that like I feel like I'm either part of the story, figuring out the story, or something. I really do care about how it's told, as opposed to just it being like the story being good. So maybe that's just me though.
I have like a slightly different angle on this because I read a lot of books in general, like not just light novels and web novels, but aside from like very specific authors, like especially recently, I can't really get into a lot of the more like Western novels of like a similar genre.
Yeah.
Because you know how in anime or in like Eastern stuff, there's the two big characters. There's the Gary Stu, and there's the like whiny self-insert character, kinda.
Yes.
In Western characters, it's like the rebellious teenager.
Oh,
It's just
God.
like, holy fuck, you're just so stupid.
Yeah, you got them
The other
edgelords.
characters At least aren't like functionally retarded. So
Yeah.
I just like cannot bring myself to read some of them sometimes.
I was gonna say for me, it's like nowadays, like even watching certain like I hate to say this because I love movies and film is an amazing medium that I absolutely love. But like so many movies nowadays that I watch, it's just like it's so I don't want to say boring, but the storylines feel so and I feel I sound like such a condescending asshole to say it this way.
Samey because people take
Yes.
similar form or formulas that have proven to work, and they try to do it and like have a spin on it, but their spin isn't spinning enough.
Exactly.
So just look at the other thing with a different hat.
Exactly. It's like the perfect example is the hero's journey, right? Do you know the
Yes.
theory of the hero's journey?
Oh,
Every
yeah, I know
movie
those.
basically nowadays every movie basically follows that same exact plot line, and if you know it, then I don't know. For me, at least, when I watch a good movie, I try to analyze it, and it kind of takes the fun out of it when the entire movie, all I'm doing is, okay, here's the hero's journey. Okay, here's his, here's crossing the threshold. Here's the reconciliation with the father. Here's this and this and this. It's like, yeah, you followed the theory to the dot, and that was that. Like
I will point out, I like Star Wars, but Episode 7 is the exact same thing as Episode 4.
yes, exactly.
Like, almost exactly. It's just like, you watch them side by side and you're like, huh.
Yep.
Although, some argue that that's the point of it, to try to bring it back to, like, the magic you felt in the original.
But I feel like there's a difference between paying an homage to something and just making a clone of it, though. So, yeah. Sorry, did I cut you off there?
What do you think, TJ? You are also a Star Wars person.
The reason they did it was because they needed safety for it, because they hadn't had a Star Wars come out in a very long time, and they needed to
Yeah.
know that the audience was still viable. And after that, Rogue One, and then
Okay,
Episode 8.
Rogue One was... See, Rogue One felt more like Eastern storytelling to me, because there was a lot of implicated lore there that they didn't tell you, and you get to craft your own lore.
But they didn't care about the storytelling for Episode 7.
No, they didn't.
They just wanted to make sure that people were, like, still aboard with it.
And,
so
oh
that
god...
they could get toys and garbage out.
Oh god, if we're gonna talk Mary Sue characters, can we talk about Rey for a second here?
She should not have won versus
Rey-
Kylo at the end.
Can we talk about how Rey... Okay, the Jedi mind trick, something that apparently Obi-Wan took years to develop, can just be used by her on a whim. Because...
It kind of makes sense a little bit, because if the Force-sensitive person is really strong, like Revan
Yeah.
could do it without any practice.
But
But
she
Revan
found out...
technically isn't canon, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ray
not
is nowhere
anymore.
near as strong as like.
I was gonna
Anakin
say
or Revan.
Rey is nowhere near as strong as Revan. And secondly, she found out she could use the Force that day.
You could,
But can
there
we
could be
also
an
point
argument
out
for like.
how much of a great character Finn is? Like, when Ray is doing some like weird ass shit, not like fighting, he's just like, fuck this shit, I'm getting a lightsaber, I'm gonna fight this
Yep.
kid.
I
He gets
really
wrecked.
I really
He got
appreciate
wrecked,
I
but
appreciate
I
Finn.
appreciated it
Yes.
so much.
I was gonna say I appreciate Finn as a character because he's at least somewhat realistic. Where, I really like how he didn't just want to join the rebellion. He was just like, at the first chance he got, he tried to leave. He was like, I just want fucking off this island or this planet. I don't want anything to do with this bullshit. And his motivations for going back was simply because I like Rey. So, yeah, I appreciate Finn for his character. Just getting his shit kicked in, but he tried. At least he tried. He is the Moomin Rider of Star Wars Episode 7.
Actually,
Oh god! Now, if there's any artists out there watching my stream, I want art of Finn. Like it could be a shitty copy paste of his face onto Moomin Rider, but I want him giving that speech. God, I want that so badly now. But like, oh god, so I don't know. Like, I was just saying that like nowadays it's kind of hard for me to watch certain movies because Western storytelling is just kind of, it's too simple for me nowadays, I guess. And I don't want to sound like a prick when I say that, but it's just like I don't like being force fed my stories. I like, being able to figure things out, or kind of even craft my own story at times.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that the stories that they use nowadays for most movies are too linear. You can't expand on any themes yourself because they give it to you. They feed it to you and expect you to just go along with whatever theme that they throw out there.
Yeah.
And that's why people don't like stuff like Batman vs Superman,
Yeah.
or Justice League, or Wonder Woman, even though those are
but
decent.
people like Wonder Woman.
But there's a lot of people who still don't like it because they're super linear.
Well, it is like
It's what you expect.
It's like objectively, Wonder Woman is a better movie than the other two you mentioned.
Yes.
But then if you compare those to some like Marvel ones, like let's say the first Avengers,
The first Avengers.
that's one of my favorite movies.
I was thinking Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is also really good.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is like low budget Avengers with
About
more
the same.
entertaining people.
Pretty much, yeah. Foss, you've been a little quiet. I'm sorry. You don't know much about movies and stuff.
No,
so.
I like know nothing. I'm just like cool, sick.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's fine. You guys are having a good discussion about it. It's just like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just, like, from my perspective, it's like I'm just seeing like the different storytelling aspects can be really focused depending on the person themselves, and it's like being force fed a story isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's
It's
not.
like
You're right.
it's like a personal preference, and it's just like sometimes the force fed like story isn't isn't as bad as the story crafting you tell yourself, because it's just like they have this story that they're wanting to tell to you, and it's just like that's just what they want. At least the director wants you to understand.
Oh yeah, no.
And then
I definitely
these
understand
points
that.
are just and these are the points that they want you to understand. This is just what it is.
Like, no, you're right. It's better to have a force-fed story than to have like so little story that no one has any idea what's happening at all. So you're totally right in that. Like, I can't think of any examples.
What's
But
that story though?
Yeah.
Is it's very arrogant from the developer to be like, well, it's fair because it's the story they made,
yeah,
but it's also like my story is the best thing you can think of. Shut your idiot minds
Yep.
and let me do it.
not even condescending. I think part of it is almost insulting to the audience, where you're assuming your audience isn't smart enough to understand the story without implicitly, and you have to tell them explicitly. So TJ, I'm gonna come back to you for this because I think you and I understand this kind of the best with Dark Souls, which is imagine in DS1 instead of having to read item descriptions to figure out the lore and stuff, just having Frampt tell you the entire story the first time you meet him. How boring would that have been?
Well, normal game storytelling would be like one person tells you a part, then another person tells you, but
Yeah.
it's still them telling you it instead of alluding to what possibly happens and not actually telling you anything.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm saying is, imagine if, like, you get to Firelink, and then the Crestfallen Knight is just like, like, there's been an ongoing cycle, and you're the next one, and then you get to Solaire, and he's like, hi, I'm Gwyn's son, blah, 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 like, you need to go do this and this. Like, there's something magical about finding out on your own, because you feel like you're living the adventure in that aspect.
Yeah, it's super non-linear, because you don't even get answers when you try to find it out on your own.
Yeah.
Like, half the things you still don't know, like who's the firstborn of Gwyn.
Yeah.
And that's an answer that'll never be. You'll never get that.
Well, that's
The
like
other thing is, not all Eastern storytelling is like this.
Oh, no, of course not.
Not all Eastern storytelling is very good.
That's true. That's what I meant, is sometimes Eastern storytelling is too loose. I can't think of any specific examples, but I was thinking of, like, some folklore and stuff, but where like, it's so loose that you kind of just, like, come out of it and you're like, what the hell just happened? What did I just listen to? Like, what? Like, do you guys... yeah.
We shit on like a lot of Western stuff for following the same formula, but Isekai as a genre, I know we went over this last time. Isekai as a genre is almost the same thing, right?
It's
the
terrible.
exact formula with a slightly different twist every time.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the
I think
Call
that's
of
just-
Duty.
It's not like the Easterners are not guilty of the same sins.
No, of course not. I was just saying, like, at least they
the
have
more
some
vocal
things.
parts.
Yes.
The more vocal parts are more well known about, like, the differences and stuff like that.
Whereas
But
I feel
then,
like...
even then, like the Eastern types of storytelling is still it still can be force fed to you. Like, a good example in my mind is like Persona, where it's
Yeah.
just like you don't have much for developing your own lore. The lore is just all there. It's just like you just have to continue out through the game. And I just think that's, like, you can't make the comparison to, like, Eastern storytelling, that they do things more loosely, which is true, but it's just like they do have those moments where they do follow, like, a strict structure, and they spoon feed you the entire story.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But then on the flip side, there's things like Danganronpa, where you know nothing about any of the other characters besides your own main character, but you can learn more about them by doing this.
And even then, you still don't know much about
Yeah.
your main.
My argument for Persona is the social links. Like, you could go through the game without knowing the side characters very well if you don't do any social links. But then if you do the social links, you find out a lot more about, like, their characters, their motivations, and
But that's not pertaining to the overarching story and plot of Persona in itself. Like,
no, but that's kind of what we're talking about. Is that there's stories that you can craft on your own, or sorry, that you can figure out that you don't necessarily need to know. Whereas if it were like a Call of Duty game, like, you're forced to know all of your characters' stories and motivations, and it gets a little tedious at times, is what I'm saying.
I think it just, in my mind, that whole topic kind of stems from just, like, or at least it kind of includes those side stories as well, where it's just like, I'm losing my point here, but it's like, I'm trying to, like, say, like, Persona as a medium is the social links themselves don't have, like, any impact on the story. Like, you don't, and I'm trying to say, like, because you say, like, the stories all, like, tell you the character backgrounds and stuff like that. You kind of get that anyway from Persona in a way. You just explore their backgrounds more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that at least they give you the freedom to do that, So.
Yeah, at least they don't lock it behind a paywall of pride and accomplishment.
Oh my God, no! We're dropping those memes. We're letting those die.
No, which is I don't know. Persona's a good game. Play
We're
it.
letting
It
it
is a good
die
game.
like
Play all of
EA
them.
let the
Play
Battlefront
3 through
franchise
5.
die.
We can argue all we want about the storytelling, but we can agree at least that Persona is a good game series. There you go.
Microtransactions
We can agree
be
that-
bad.
We can agree that Persona is a good game series.
It's so good.
It's so
Ooh.
good. Yes.
It's so good.
And
I'm
TJ,
sorry,
you really
TJ
need
doesn't
to.
understand.
Yeah, no,
I
TJ,
sort
you
of.
need to go
You
play
don't-
Danganronpa at least.
Because you don't like the social grinding aspect.
You see, there's... I don't. That's true. I like the gameplay parts.
And
more.
that's one of my favorite parts of Persona. Is the social links themselves.
Yeah. I guess that's the difference. Is like because for me, my favorite parts is the characters themselves. I like learning about the characters. I like when they're good
Yeah,
characters.
the social
Yeah.
links.
But it's not so much the social links. I like doing the social links so that I can find out about their backstories, like what we were talking about earlier. But that's
Yeah,
why I do them. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. All right. So J-Fan, anything you want to say about the whole Eastern versus Western storytelling?
I think I've said my part.
Alright. Alrighty then. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
Nope, I'm good.
If not,
Unless you want to do a meme, unless you want to do like a meme quick topic for like.
Oh
10
god, meme quick topics. We have a bit of time left. We've been going for about a minute.
I could talk about
hour
freaking
15.
microtransactions for days.
All right.
No, because I was thinking the last one that I wrote for our first trial session that was kind of a meme was anime openings and endings.
Oh god, and openings. Oh god, are we gonna get copyrighted if we? Are we gonna get copyrighted if we?
You don't have to. You don't have to play.
Okay, I was gonna say I kind of want to, but would we get copyrighted?
Anime opening and endings in what context? Like
favorites. What are your favorites?
Oh, like what do you like? What makes it like stuff like that? I don't know. Anything pertaining to openings and endings.
I'd say I like it when the theme and like the tone of it matches the tone of the show. But like there should be, and like if it doesn't, then like it's just bad.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, on that note, how do you feel about animes that give spoilers in their openings?
Not so good. Not so good.
A lot
but,
of the times, it's not that spoilery though.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm having trouble
that they show
saying
don't actually happen a lot of it.
Or at least when they do, it's just not. It's just like I'll go back to Shokugeki because it's just too good of an example for this one, where in the opening they show you like two of the main character versus another person, and then I from reading the manga I know it happens, and so it's like it's just showing them having a fight against each other. It's not pertaining to the context or what they're fighting over and where they are. It's just like the conflict is showing.
Okay.
And I think that's fine, because it's giving the viewer a preview of what's going to happen more or less. If it's too much, like if they show too much of the actual scene in the opening, then yeah, I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of I think that's like a quote unquote reward per se of, getting through the episode and being able to go through the whole series and see that this conflict happened and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you have a specific example of the spoilery thing?
Well,
I have like something that kind of works, but not.
I have something that kind of works, but it's I wanted to talk about it more because it's not exactly a spoiler, more like an Easter egg almost, reward for the viewer, kind of like what Foss was talking about. So you can go first, J-Fan.
Put the spoiler thing up.
Okay, you want me to put the spoiler thing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, we can do this. We can link it in chat. We don't have to play it.
No, not for the opening. Like
yeah.
I'm gonna
talk about spoiler alert, boys. All right.
Yeah.
It's up. You're good.
For what show?
Alright, so for Unlimited Blade Works, TJ, if you remember the Brave Shine.
Oh, I'm gonna mute. I gotta take this off.
At the end of Brave Shine, you see like Shiro and Archer like back to back, and it alludes to the fact that they're the same person, but it doesn't outright say it, but it like implies that they're either the same person or they're like enemies or rivals of some sort. So like that, I guess, is kind of spoilery. It's not like a blatant spoiler though, because there's no like dialogue or anything. But
yeah, no, okay, that perfectly ties into what I was going to talk about, because my opening that I was going to talk about was JoJo. I love talking about JoJo, but for the Stardust Crusaders opening, the opening scene is literally scenes from the anime, or not scenes from the anime, but it's like recreations of scenes from the anime, and after you finish the series and you watch the opening again, you realize that the entire opening is kind of like a spoiler for the entire plot, but they do it in a way that it's almost like an Easter egg. So after you've watched it and you watch the opening again, you realize like, oh, this was totally saying that these people are gonna die, or like, oh, this is showing that fight or who this person actually was the entire time. So.
All right, I can't find.
Have you guys ever
the
watched
exact
Claymore?
Brave Shine? But this is like Spanish subs, but that doesn't matter. You're here for the music and like the images.
There you go. What did you say, TJ?
Have you guys ever watched Claymore?
I've heard of
I'm
it.
just gonna assume it's
read
over,
Claymore actually,
because I don't know if it is.
Okay, the opening to Claymore is spoilery. I remember that one.
Okay.
Because Teresa dies. The main character just gets her head sliced off when she's like turned
Ami?
Teresa's
around.
the main
Lies.
character.
She's
Slice.
pretty close to Claire.
She's
though.
important, but she's not the main character.
Super important to Claire. But she's the reason Claire
She's
did
like-
everything.
Just
the
like Nami.
protagonist.
Yeah,
Just
she
like,
ended up getting wrecked like in the opening too. You
Just
could
like
see her
Mommy in Madoka. She lost her head a little bit.
But anyway, there's one example.
Oh, come on.
But if we're going on openings and it's like about anything, what is you guys' favorite or
I'm
somewhere in your top?
Parasite.
I go off music alone.
Yeah, but like what's your favorite opening music wise? Not like visually wise.
Parasite.
That's hard. There's a lot of good openings that I have.
I would look it up, but I can't. I can't because my stream's running. So, look, who here has anyone here watched Parasite? I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Nope.
I watched it. I love it.
It's so good, but the opening is great. I love the opening of Parasite because that's another one where they kind of tell the
Wait,
story.
TJ, you mean this one, right?
Wait for what?
The Code Gas?
Is that Matter World?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is Colors. Matter World is an
The
OST.
other one? Oh no, that's the ending. Is it?
Color. I was gonna say I didn't like Colors very
Matter
much.
World is an OST. It's like bum bum bum.
Oh wait, yeah, you're
Bum
right.
bum bum.
Oh,
But dude,
wait,
like-
it's
I like this one
something
too.
something that really got on me, and JFan knows which one it is. It's I spammed it in my car when I picked you up. It's Eromanga Sensei's opening, and it's so good.
Is it the one that was always playing every time I stepped in your car?
Yes.
That's really funny.
There's
Oh, no,
another
that was,
opening that I
no, that was the
Oh, that's-
Shokugeki one.
Shokugeki.
No, but it's Hitori Goto by Claris, and it's so good.
So none of you guys. Oh,
I got
go.
stuck on that opening for so long.
So straight up, none of you guys have watched JoJo, but the JoJo opening themes are actually really good too. Like
I heard
both
they were good.
musically and the animation. Like the joke always is the animation budget always gets blown on the openings, and it's probably true. If you ever go watch them, they're so hype. They're
Alright,
actually
so
good.
you haven't watched the anime for Boku no Hero, but this is the
I
second
have
opening,
actually.
and- Oh, you have?
I have. I didn't.
I haven't. I will.
I'm
I will
not up
soon.
to date. I'm not up to date with it though.
Watch. This is like a really good opening.
Okay. I like Boku no Hero's open. The first one was all right. I like.
No,
The
this is
second.
the second one.
Okay.
Or season 2 opening too.
Okay.
This is probably the best one though.
Also, Jonathan, I have a gift for you in chat. You'll enjoy it.
Is there sound? If there's no sound, I can open it too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. So wait, we went over my favorite or you said your favorite opening, right?
Well, at least the music wise was like on up there.
Okay.
Like openings wise, I have different endings because like endings are in a thing entirely on its own.
See, I hate. I'm probably gonna get some flack for this. I usually skip the endings.
That's
I
fine.
usually skip both.
Yeah,
Really?
like most people skip. Most people skip both.
Oh,
I
really?
skip.
I always watch at least one opening.
Yeah,
and
I
one,
I was gonna say I watched the first.
one ending to know if they put or if they have like a post credit scene.
Okay. Yeah.
And I watch one opening to see if it's good.
I watch the opening
like-
a few times until I get tired of it. Usually.
Like I'll watch the opening and endings if I like the music.
Okay, and see that's how I know Parasite was my favorite opening because Parasite was the opening I watched through every time because I loved it. That song is so good. But although I didn't realize they were speaking English in it until like after I looked up the lyrics. So
You'll never see it coming.
I didn't, dude. For the longest time, I didn't realize the opening to Persona was in English too.
Oh my god!
I didn't for the longest time.
Wake up, get out there.
Yep.
Wait, do you not like Again by Yui?
What?
What is that?
This is her playing it live.
Yeah, no. What's it from? Oh, the FMA.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. It's just not my favorite. The close second would actually probably have to be Angel Beats. I really like the Angel Beats opening too.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that
one
one-
hits me with the feels every time.
That exactly.
So good.
Dude, exactly. That's why it's so good. Because that one's like a really close second. Because every time I hear it, I like tear up a little. It's like no. Oh, I can probably take the spoiler thing down now, huh?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, but Anohana one was good too. I like that one too. The opening was good.
Oh yeah. I do remember the Anohana opening being very good.
It's so good. I love
Yeah.
it. I used to listen to it so much. What else was really good that I liked a lot? We'll do like a few more, then we'll sign off.
Yeah. Well, TJ hasn't talked about many of his favorites, so.
I don't really have many favorites. All I have.
Really?
Oh. I don't pay attention much to opening.
He has Flow, which I linked in chat.
Flow. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, SAO season 2. Both their openings for both their arcs were both fire.
Oh.
Ignite was fire, and the other one I haven't looked up, but I know it's good.
Attack on Titan had really good openings. Their openings are really good. Dun 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 dun.
Everyone,
Yes.
everyone talked about that. It was so good.
Screams in German. Yeah.
This is good too. This is Flow's Go.
Yeah.
This is my top.
Yeah, God.
Yep. There you go.
That's the best.
There you go.
No, it's the We Are Fighting.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Hey Frank, what's up? Also, no, dude, the best one is see in
Yes, he hit. Oh God. Okay, Blendess is so good. He knows. It's so good.
you guys have to watch the JoJo opening just because like there's one part where you don't know what anyone's saying the entire song, and then suddenly there's a build up, and then Sono Chino Sadame JoJo. That's the only part anyone knows.
The only just watch the Blendess opening.
I will.
Oh no,
See,
it skipped the beginning. No,
I can't open links because then the sound will come on the stream. So. And I don't want to get I don't want to get copyrighted again. You know how much shit I have to deal with playing Osu already?
Which one?
JFan, you looking for something?
Oh god, of this opening.
Oh,
I
you guys
love
are just
Steins Gate opening too.
Oh, that one's also good.
Steins Gate.
And
I can't remember that one.
Hacking to the Gate.
I really hope Frank was being serious there because I really like this opening. It was really good.
Probably. Dude, Frank's always serious, right, Frank? Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like the Blendess opening was so catchy, and like the beginning.
This
it
isn't my
just
favorite, but it's super catchy. It's Radio Flyers.
Which one's
from
that from?
Death Grid.
I'll watch the Blendess opening over and over before I get to the actual episode.
Okay.
Catchy.
JFan, did you watch Assassination Classroom?
Yeah, first season.
Was the opening any good? I can't remember the opening. I think I skipped it every time, so it must not have been that good.
I
don't remember it at
and
all.
I will look this up. This is from Death Parade. It's like a jazzy kind of thing.
That's okay. What was it? I really liked the. Oh god, what am I thinking of? I can't remember what I'm thinking of. Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, the One Punch Man opening was pretty good.
Oh, Death Parade was good.
I wanna be a hero.
Oh God.
That hurt my throat. Holy shit. NHK has a good one. What's NHK?
Welcome to the NHK.
I like the manga, that one.
All right, I think we've memed enough.
I think we've memed enough. All right, anyone else got anything else they want to say before we clock off for today?
I do league streams too. Give me at twitch.tv/foxfire.
Oh, there we go. Self promotion.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
I'll
Might
take
as
it.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Just give
I'll
me a follow. I
occasionally
play
make
league.
appearances here and on that guy's stream.
You can say my
Two
name. I don't care
cookies.
anymore. I'm over it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, I don't want to like say your Twitch like link again.
Yeah. No. Go. You can go ahead and link it if you want in my chat. Not like. I
You'll
don't
never
care.
find me.
Yeah. Go ahead and follow your Fossfire. Your Twitch account is called
Yeah,
Fossfire.
Fossfire. Yeah.
Go follow my twitch.tv/Fossfire if you want.
Stable from Bakemonogatari.
Oh, dude, the Monogatari series has great openings. I forgot about that. How did I forget about that? But yeah, all right. So after that little last bit of hype, all right. So yeah, I've been Shadow496. I fucked that up. There we go. I've been Shadow496. You know, we're here with our. Technically, this is our first podcast. We'll say since the last time was a test, but second podcast. We'll see if we want to keep doing this. It's kind of fun, if anyone, for us, just to kind of sit here and talk for a bit. It's a good excuse. So yeah.
It sucks.
You suck. Yeah. All right. So thanks for stopping by. We'll be back probably next week again if we want to for another one of these, and it'll be up on YouTube probably later today. So yeah. All right.
Peace.
Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.